Today's episode is inspired from my self-care society class titled Simple, Spacious, Secure. And our quote comes from Linda Breen Pierce, 1947. And she says, "Simplicity involves unburdening your life and living more lightly with fewer distractions that interfere with a life as defined uniquely by each individual." And man, this is like another one of my big words, simplicity. And I think so many of us today are striving for more simplicity. It feels like things have gotten so complicated, especially with, you think about all the modern conveniences we have that should technically help simplify things, but everything feels so busy and chaotic and all of that, at least from my perspective. So we're really going to lean into some beautiful simplicity today. So how does the dictionary define the word simple? Well, easily understood or done, presenting no difficulty, plain, basic, or uncomplicated in form, nature, or design. And listen, there's a place for intricacy and fancy stuff. But to me, this idea of ease, removing unnecessary difficulties, living a life uncomplicated feels so good. And it's something that I am certainly striving for. So before we jump into our exercises and some tips and all that good stuff, I want you to just think about simplicity and experiencing a sense of simplicity in your body. Like, if you want to close your eyes, you can. What does it feel like to just feel that sense of simple living, of ease? Like, to me, you can hear it in my voice. I slow down. Things just feel light. Feels like an exhale, like I can drop my shoulders, like I can melt a little bit. So I want you to embody that as if you were really experiencing a sense of simplicity in your life in the best way, in the best way. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and you can bring this feeling with you for the rest of our session together and beyond. Now, I have to apologize for the way that I showed up before I knew better. I was like the ultimate doer, sharing how I was creating over 10 streams of revenue and CEOing multiple businesses and sacrificing sleep to self-care at 4 a.m. I was on a flight every week and I was just attempting to be, I was so busy. There's so much. I was attempting to be a new parent at the same time I was doing all of this. It was just chaotic. And they say that when you know better, you can do better. And can I just say that I like to believe, or I feel like I'm in my do better phase now. I'm not saying these things are bad, but I'm also just not saying that they brought me a ton of joy and fulfillment. And maybe it's just this season of life for me right now, but I just, at least personally, really just want to simplify. And these words, simple, spacious, secure, they came to me and they have felt like such strong guiding forces in my life. I have it written on my whiteboard at home: simple, spacious, secure. 3 words that for me feel like guiding forces for my current experience. And another gift of really learning to pay attention to my inner world and to feel the authentic messages my body was sending through my feelings and nervous system is that I now have the tools to really pay attention to how things actually make me feel as I experience them. And friend, the hustle life, it ain't for me anymore. I'm just telling you. And how do you know, right? Like, it's really quite simple. You pay attention to yourself. You take time to go inward. You journal, you reflect, you slow down enough to listen in and say, how does this experience feel? How does being on a flight every week feel to me? How does running 4 companies and being stressed and not having a moment to breathe feel to me? Right? Like, do you feel better with counters filled with stuff that has no place, or with spacious areas to grow into? Are you more energized with loud music or busy environments, or do you thrive with some quiet and silence? Do you feel your best when you're rushing from meeting to meeting, or when you're out in nature, going at your natural pace? And truly, there's no right or wrong answers here, but there is an answer, and that answer is within you. And for me, there is a deep yearning for an ongoing simplicity in all things, in my finances, in my schedule, in my commitments, in my home, because keeping the majority of things simple allows me the time, energy, and space to be all in on what really, really matters. And I know I'm on the right track because I told myself so. Now, Some quick tips on living a more simple life and defining that for you. So, the first is that you need to define what a simple and fulfilling life is for you. Okay. So, what does it mean to live with simplicity? And do you have negative connotations for the word simple? What does it all mean to you? Okay. I want you to identify how living simply in some areas of life are allowing you to maybe live more fully in others. Okay. For example, for me, like if I stop buying things on Amazon every other day, I have more resources to pay my bills without needing to work more. If I'm not working more, I get to spend more time with my daughter or out in my garden or resting or enjoying life. Though I'm fortunate to also really enjoy my work. Um, but knowing that the things that feel simple to you are often part of your calling and your mission. Okay. So keep this in mind. I want you to know that if you're going inward and these things that feel simple to you, these are often things that can really help others. So follow that ease. Okay. I also want you to identify what feels simple for you and know that leaning into the simplicity might just allow you to live a big, beautiful life with lots of ease. Okay. With every day, our world presents us with more distractions. So we have so many things competing for our attention that keeping things simple requires work at first. It does. It requires saying no. It requires setting boundaries, changing behaviors, and more. And if you're in that process too of unraveling a chaotic life and on a journey to finding more simplicity, just know that it's a journey, right? And it's not going to happen overnight, but nonetheless, it will happen if you stay committed to it. So let's practice feeling more simple together with some exercises straight from Self Care Society classes. As always, I will pause to give you a moment to think, but feel free to stop the recording if you need more time to ponder or write. You'll also hear inspiring examples from our live classes too. You can join us for a full schedule of live and on-demand classes at selfcaresociety.co. Okay, so we have 4 exercises here on this topic of simplicity. And the first one is one of reflection, and I call it visualizing a simple, beautiful life. I want you to think about a beautiful, simple life for yourself. I want you to journal about what comes to mind when you envision this, okay? So, for example, a simple life for me would be rooted in nature and in family. I would be present with my children, and I would only say yes to the things that excite and expand me. We would grow and harvest lots of our own food and have chickens too. We would have some easy passive income streams, and we would have a supportive daily structure filled with lots of flow and unscheduled time. Okay, so what is a simple life for you? I want you to just think about this. What comes to mind as you sort of embody that, as you put yourself in that vision? What does that mean? Great work. So our next exercise is a gratitude exercise called Simple Gratitude. And I want you to think of some of the simple things that you experienced today that brought joy, okay? And just write gratitude for these experiences. So we're keeping this exercise really simple intentionally. What can you be grateful for today? So for example, for me, thank you for silly stroller games my daughter played with me when we were on our walk. Thank you for an exciting last minute work opportunity for my partner. Thank you for the little buds starting to appear on our fruit trees. Thank you for an unscheduled day. All right. So, what about you? Simple things that you've experienced today. What can you feel gratitude for? Lily says, thank you for the simple cleanup in our home. I'm feeling on top of my chores today, and my house energy really feels nice. Nasi says, for opening the mailbox today to see one piece of mail from a friend that my soul needed. Thea says, I'm grateful for nice weather, allowing my dog and I to go for a mindful sniffari. I love that. So our next exercise is a self-love exercise called What's Simple for Me? And I want you to think about what you desire in your life to be simple for you. and write some self-loving statements to affirm this as if it is the truth. Okay. So use this prompt. It's simple for me, dot, dot, dot. Now, a reminder, this is a bit of a manifestation exercise. So this isn't about what actually feels simple for you. It's what you desire to feel simple. So you're calling in simplicity in these areas. So for example, I said, it's simple for me to prioritize rest and sleep. It's simple for me to handle stress and a full plate. It's simple for me to keep promises to myself. Okay, so those are things that I am calling in. So what are you calling in the realm of simplicity? Thea says, it's simple for me to create structure in my days that serves me. Lily says, it's simple for me to manage money with ease and grace. Cindy says, it is simple for me to declutter. Nazi says, it's simple for me to trust and keep an open heart. Beautiful. So our final exercise is a manifestation exercise called a simple moment seen clearly. And I want you to think about a beautiful, simple moment or experience that you hope to have in your future. And I want you to think about or write a journal entry from this future, highlighting the situation and the details, okay? So this allows you to play a little bit. Think about, okay, a future moment, maybe it's 2 years, 5 years in the future, and it's a simple life moment, but it feels so beautiful and good. Okay, so my example, I said, life feels so good. We built the most amazing canning area where we store our perishables throughout the year. I have total food freedom and we have so much fun getting creative in the kitchen. Goat's milk ice cream, sriracha from Summer Peppers, fresh cut flowers, gorgeous warm sourdough loaves, fresh herbs, nourishing stews. Our expenses are low, not because we can't afford things, but because what lights us up is simple. Rows of rubber boots line the mudroom, and so on. Okay, so for me, like just reading that, I'm like, oh, yes, that feels so good. Okay, so a simple future moment for you. What does that look like? And now we're going to have a share from Nati.
Life is good. I can remember a time where everything felt hard, and it was. I have been flowing through life with ease and grace, not to mention that in letting go of the hard, I was able to open up to all of the good around me. I'm currently taking clients and found my rhythm that I have lost for a while. Here I thought my light was dimming, and it was all just pushing me through the dark. I feel more grounded than ever and can see how others react towards that.
Wow. Thank you so much, Nati. All right, my friends. So if you are craving simplicity like me, I hope you know you deserve it. A life of simplicity is not necessarily a simple life, but I do believe that we can all use a bit more ease and flow and peace in our lives. I'm very much on this journey myself, and it feels so good with each choice I make to say no, to donate things we don't need, to do less, whatever it is. And if you're there too, reach out to me. Shoot me a DM on Instagram at Danika Brescia or in the Self-Care Society community and let me know what you're up to. Some ways that you're simplifying your life, because I would love to hear them. I would love to share with you. So thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today on your morning mindset practice. I hope that you are feeling an energy of simplicity as you move on with your day. And I'd love to have you join us at selfcaresociety.co for a live or on-demand class so you can stay consistent with your self-care, connect with other like-minded people, and continue filling your cup so you can overflow onto the world. We need you. I'll see you next time.